Hello and welcome back to Locator Gaming. I'm Zach and I'm continuing on with my Isofarian Guard playthrough. So last time I moved across and sold the bear pelt, and we're still trying to get down here to Fort Istra. So I thought this time we would just walk along here, get down here, do the stuff for Fort Istra, and then see where we're at time-wise. So I think we'll just dive right in without further ado. So I would go here into mirror. Let me just check what's in here. We've got 3 rough leather, 1 metal fragment. I don't think there's a whole lot. Oh, is mirror the first one? Sure is. Well, we can't make reinforced tunic here. No. We could buy rough leather, but we don't really need it right now because we can't make the... There's mirror bread. What does that do? Heal 3 and gain 3 blue cubes. I think I'm okay for now. Chapter 1 hasn't been too hard with the enemies. So I'm not going to bring the mirror board out. I think we're just going to move. So we'll move to 84 and draw a chip. Let me just check the chips. Make sure I got everything in here. 2 compasses and 3 chips with skulls on them. Three skull. We drew a 3 skull. And we're on node 84. Chapter 1. Node 84. A 3 skull is a 2-star brigand marauder, just one by himself. Not an ambush. But he's a 2-star brigand marauder. How is he different? Ten health, 2 action cubes, 2 and 2. Still not super scary. It's gonna be 4 lux and 5 sil. 4 lux is gonna be enough for us to level something up. We could use some healing chips for Grigory. So I think we'll have Alec go first. We've got 2 action cubes, a black sword, and a black shield. Well, I think we will just do that for 1. We'll get a heart in Grigory's bag. We'll do this to empower for the other one to get a heart using this empower here in both bags. And we might as well, we'll do this for 1 damage. We get our extra bonus defense when we do that too. All right. Should I have done the green cube instead of the hearts? Probably. Double sword. Oh, excuse me. Sneezed. Uh-oh. You know what? I'm going to mulligan that with my mask. I drew the same thing. Well, that's not great. I think maybe I'll just do this to add a sword to the bag. And maybe just an attack there. We're at 3. He's got 2 defense, so that's 1. I don't even think I'm going to cross slash. There's no point in cross slashing right now. Maybe I'll wait and see if I can bring his defense down or something next turn with a better draw from the bag. So this is almost like we're getting ambushed because we hardly did anything. Lowest defense. It's actually a tie because this gives Alec 2 and Grigory does not have any bonuses right now. So it's tied 2-2, so it goes to the aggro. The next thing was skirmish, so it's an action point. At a +2, and then repeat skirmish for each other brigand in battle. There are no other ones, so this will end his turn after he does this +2 attack. So that's 4 minus 2 is 2. All right, clean up. So flip that. These don't flip. That way they don't flip, I mean. That goes like that. That goes down there. We start again. One. Two. Or I shouldn't have said 2. It's not actually 2. Wow, I think we're gonna, oh, that just gets wasted. That's kind of a bummer. All right, here we go. So we will probably use this here. Just get us a green cube. It does help with this though. So we could do this here. If one other P or S is active, attack the enemy for +2. Costs an AP. Okay, so +2, we have 2, so that makes it 4 minus his 2 defense. Takes him down to 6. Now what? Attack, doing a basic attack with this doesn't do anything because we're at 2 minus 2. It would just negate. We've only got 1 action point left. So I think I'll do this here to get another heart into Grigory's bag. And then this is just discarded. Not usable. All right. I should have done the green cube instead of the heart. So, lesson learned. Okay, all kinds of shields. There's a heart. Do I want to mulligan that? I think I will, just because I have the mask and I can. It's not like I can string a whole bunch together because I've only got 2 action cubes. Oh, I get a heart at least. Oh, another heart. Oh, a +1. And now I have to stop. So with that +1, we should probably allocate one of those up there. But let's just make sure. Okay, yeah. So we're going to do this for an AP first. No, we're going to do this first, actually. We'll do that first for an AP to add a green chip to his bag. Then we will do this over here for the other AP. We add a -1 shield to the enemy. But our chain is we can attack for +0. So we're at 3, 4. And the enemy is now only at 1 health. So that's 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And we can cross slash, so it's 3, 4, 5 minus the 1 health, so he's dead. All right, so all of this green stuff goes in here, here. Black chips back into the bag. So that didn't turn out too bad. We got to draw the health and stuff. These come off of here. Oh, I gotta get the rewards before I put him away. 4 Lux and 5 Sil. So that takes us to 10 Lux that we're going to spend. Am I going to spend it or should I save it? And this will take us to 50 Sil. Because it says as soon as I do the Fort Istra stuff, Chapter 2 is going to start. I think I'm going to save it towards getting something from the Chapter 2 stuff. There, green, black, and purple. Back into there. Flip. And flip. Okay, I think we're done. Almost. $83. Compass. 83 actually is in the other section, right? Is in the red card section. So red is here. I'm going to have to put a purple cube in front. So just a reminder for my business card holder, I'm doing in front for these two and next to for the yellow back here. We've got 1 cube next to yellow back there. Now I could fight something. Do I want stuff? Let me look at 83. Chapter 1, 83. Planestrider, Clayhorn, Clayhorn. I'm going to fight a level 1 Clayhorn because they give you rough leather. And I need rough leather for stuff. me see if I can do that. No, the manager's gonna move. Clayhorn. Plus it's 4 more Lux. I'll just leave those out. 12. 2 and 2. I completely did that wrong. 2 and 2. All right. It's not an ambush. We will shuffle that when it's Clayhorn's turn. Alec, sword. Sword and shield. Shield. Okay, we're gonna do this for 1 to get ourselves a green cube. We're going to do this to empower this card to give Grigory a green cube. And we're going to do this. Oops, that should have been for that. And we're going to do that here to add a heart into Grigory's bag. And let's go ahead and do this. 3 against 2. It's only 1 damage. Yeah, we might as well. 1 damage. I like the extra defense. I want to have it as often as possible, I think. This seems smart. Black sword chip. Black shield chip. We do have the extra green AP now, though. I'm going to mulligan this one with my skull mask. Try to get some green stuff out of here. Nope. We do have quite a few black chips in there now, actually, though. So, how do I want to play this here? Those 2 there for 1. I guess, so we'll give him a -1 shield. We will do the... Man, I wish I had gotten another shield. We'll do this. That takes us to 4. With this, he's down to 1. So that's 3 damage. So from 11 to 8. And then we'll do a basic attack, I guess, at 3 -1 for 2 more damage. Not like the most impressive turn, but it's a turn. Now it's the Clayhorn. Just trying to get resources here so we can craft stuff to make us better, stronger. All right. Highest defense. It's actually a tie because I didn't do anything to give Grigory things. So aggro is Grigory. Impaling Horn for 1, it's a +2. Ignore defense. Bummer. But then that ends turn. So for ignoring defense is not nice. Down to 14. In turn. That's probably like the worst one in the Clayhorn's deck. I don't really know, I'm just saying it probably is. Alright, was I supposed to take the red chip away? No, but that goes back over there. We discard this now because it's our turn again. Those go there, that one flips. That goes there. These go here. This one flips. These go here. Now I'm going to check this bag real quick just to see what we have. A sword, a shield, and a shield. Sword, a shield, and a shield. I'm not going to... Do I spend the health? I'm not going to spend the health. So this is just basically going to be Alec's draw. And this is what I'm going to do. 2 shields here and an AP to add a heart to Grigory's bag. And then a sword here and an AP. I have one other thing active, so I get an attack +2. So I'm at 4. -2 shield is 2 damage. All right, Grigory's turn. We've got 3 active AP. There's 1, 2. We're going to mulligan this one. Oh man, what did we have in here? Look at all that green. Look at all that green. All right. Well, that didn't exactly go to plan. I don't think I can take him out this turn because we only have our base attack and we can't do anything. I need to do 4 damage on a base attack and he's got 2. It's not going to happen. So let's do this. I want to do this for 2. No, I'm going to start here actually. Do that for 1 to add a sword to the bag. And I'm going to do this for 2 with the chain that lets me add 2 + 1 attacks to his bag. We're just not going to do any damage with Grigory. So their turn is done. That stuff moves back and we get attacked again, which actually means that Alec has the aggro. Oh great, all enemies. Add 1 red thingy to target's bags at a cost of 1 AP. So we'll do that in just a second. I'm just going to finish the card out. For another AP, he heals 2, then ends his turn. So back up to 6. So that card's not great either. Okay, let's look in the index for red thingy chip. Red Fear, added from enemy abilities. When drawn, the player must immediately stop drawing chips for the draw action. Some abilities allow a player to draw additional chips after Fear has been drawn. Okay. A Red Fear in each bag. And this is now the only chip in Alec's bag, which makes it a bummer because we'll have to spend a health to put all the chips back in the bag. I had 1 on each of these, right? Flip, flip. These ready. He didn't get any extra defense or anything, so that's fine. I used this also. Man, I gotta pay more attention to what I'm doing with taking chips away. Maybe I start with Grigory and just not spend the health with Alec. Interestingly enough, I could, can I kill it with Grigory? What do I need to draw to kill it with Grigory? We have this, so that's going to be 4. That's only 2 damage. If I could take it down 1, that would be 3. I need to be able to do a couple of attacks. I could do this actually also and do a point of damage without needing any chips. This is actually an interesting strategy question. I'm going to try it. Let's experiment on the video here. So the only chip in here is the red fear thing. It says I have to immediately stop drawing chips. Oh no, I don't have any chips. But I will do this, attack one enemy for +1. That puts me at 3. He's got 2 defense. That's a damage. Let's go to Grigory's turn. And I've always got the Great Skull Mask to mulligan if I draw this red chip too early. Two green swords. +1. Another +1. A healing heart. Oh, and the red chip. So do I actually mulligan this? This gives me +2. If I put 2 swords and 2 AP on here, that gives me +2 +4 is 7 minus 2. No, he's dead. So you know what? I'm fine with this coming out now. That's fine. Everything's fine. So we put 2 swords on here, and 2 AP is +2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Minus 2 defense is 5 health. It's gone. All right. Hey, that worked out okay. And we got some more resources. Four Lux and rough leather from 3 over to the 4 side. So now we're at 14 Lux. We did use a lot of green chips for that though. All these black chips. Back in the bag. So many black chips sitting there. That makes me think I didn't put them back in the bag after the last fight. Maybe not. PP, that's a P, that's an S, needs to flip. Goes back to there. Good use of the 1 damage thing here too. Is that everything? I think so. We got our rewards. We'll go to node 90. A couple more nodes before we get to Fort Istra. Compass. So we are still in the red area. Throw a purple cube in front of the reds. Go to 97. Hey, we got another compass. So we're going to do this front. I'm pretty sure I shuffled, I almost said juggled. I'm pretty sure I shuffled all of these before, so. Did I? Yeah, I'm just gonna take this front red one. A wizened old man appears on the road. He challenges you to disarm him. Launching an attack with his staff, you must either parry or evade the attack. Parry the attack. Draw 3 chips from one of the guard's bags. Match shield, sword, shield. You may attempt to match the sequence up to 3 times. Evade the attack. Draw 3 chips from one of the guard's bags. A single evasion chip is a success. I don't have any evasion chips. So, shield, sword, shield. I'm just going to peek in these bags real quick. So this is a wild. This is like 50-50. with Grigory, or sorry, with Alec, I think. 50-50. We need more shields than swords. And draw 3 chips from one of the guards' bags. There's other stuff in here, but there's a lot more swords than shields, so I think we're going with Alec's bag. And they have to come in this order, I guess. Okay, there we go. Shield. So now we need a sword, or I'm counting the purple one as wild, I guess, because it has both on it. Oh, sword. Now this is 50-50 again, because there's 3 chips. One of them's wild, one is a sword, and one is a shield. Oh, yes, first try. Shield, sword, shield. The man laughs. A very elegant maneuver, he admits. It is rare to find a sparring partner with such skill. He thanks you and takes his leave. If the sequence was matched, obtain 1 adamant speaking stone. If unsuccessful, obtain 10 Lux Essence. Whoa, we got a speaking stone? And guess what I didn't do? I didn't make sure all this stuff was in alphabetical order. So here we go. Adamant. It's a double shield. Whoa. Does anything... Who should I put this on? I mean, it can also, this could also count as a 1 sword too, because it's a double shield. And I think this goes out of the game. Because it didn't say to return it to the deck. It's a black chip. Double shield. We have a lot of swords on Grigory. I'm going to put it, I think this guard's tunic has a slot. Yeah, the guard's tunic has a slot. You can see right here for a stone. I'm going to put it on Grigory's tunic. He's going to get a double shield into his bag. Okay. 99. I want to double check I put the compass in there. Yep. Okay, we got a compass. So that's another purple cube in front of the red. I don't know if I'm going to have to fight at Fort Istra. I doubt it. I just want to check 99. What's at the node? And I just pulled a bunch of pages out of the binding of this book. Darn it. All right, 99. Chapter 1. Brigand Archer, Brigand Marauder, and a Stone Hunter. Does the Stone Hunter have metal fragments? I want to check that out. If the Stone Hunter has metal fragments, I might fight him. No, it's just Lux and Syl. Okay. So I'm not going to choose to fight anything. I'm going to go to Fort Istra. So I'm pretty sure the book said, upon arrival at node 102, place the Fort Istra mini-map on the table. Remove all building pieces from the board and place them to the side. So here's the Fort Istra board. And we came in at the North Gate 102. Move the guards to Fort Istra, North Gate. Proceed to page 19 and read 2.1 or 2:1. End of chapter 1. I use chapter 2 enemy. Okay, so page 19. So we're starting chapter 2. Ages ago, the Drevny Forest began life as a congregation of hardy young pine trees. The quick-growing pine wood was perfect for laying the foundations of the empire that would follow. In those early days, just after the Sundering, it is said that the forest was harvested nearly to extinction. In place of the trees stood great fortresses stretching all along Isofar's southern border. Generations of soldiers lived and died defending the border against Felmund until, after years of stalemate, an uneasy truce was formed. The border forts were gradually abandoned, and the Drevny forest grew wild and dense, reclaiming the land for itself. It was through this ancient gnarled forest that Dunamis led your small company. After navigating the labyrinth forest for days, you now stand before the ruins of an ancient fort. Tree roots and smaller vegetation have worked together to take down large sections of the wall. The inner buildings lay in similar ruins. You pick out a smithy, recognizable only by the forge poking out of the rubble, and the distinctive circular layout of a guard tower, now tumbled in on itself. You can only guess at what other buildings may have been, but you don't know what you expected, but it wasn't this. Dunamis has been strangely quiet, but now he stops just outside the gate and turns to address everyone. Welcome to Fort Istra. It doesn't look like much now, but there's more here than meets the eye. With that, he steps through the open gate and completely disappears. There are audible gasps from those around you. You somehow manage to keep the surprise off your face. There's nothing left to do but lead the others into the fort. Move the guards to Fort Istra Training Yard. Proceed to page 20. As you follow the captain to the open gate, you notice a slight shimmer in the air. You pass through the shimmering air and step into a large yard. Immediately, you are met by an unnatural silence. The sounds of the trees in the nearby river have suddenly gone quiet. Other than that, nothing appears to have changed. The fort still lies in ruins all around you. But then you notice Dunamis and wonder how you could have missed him. The unremarkable man is no longer there. In his place stands a giant of a man covered head to toe in shining golden armor. Speaking stones are fastened to the armor, surrounded by intricate designs. He casually rests one massive hand on a great sword which is planted in the ground. With a shock, you realize the sword is taller than you. Though there's no physical similarity to the man who led you here, you still recognize him as Dunamis. As more people enter the gate, you're secretly pleased to see the same shocked expressions playing across their faces when they notice Dunamis. Dunamis allows a few moments for you and your awestruck companions to compose themselves before he begins to speak. It is not my intention to frighten you. You are merely seeing me as I truly am. I assure you, you have nothing to fear here. His deep rumbling voice does nothing to lessen the apprehension you feel. You do your best to push the fear down and focus on what he is saying. The barrier you pass through serves as a gateway. This place both is and isn't a part of Isofar. Time does not flow the same way here. There is a place you can rest, a sanctuary from Tenebris. Here you will learn to use the power of the speaking stones. Not all of you are called to be fighters, but you all have a vital role to play. Stay here as long as you like. Rest, train, grow stronger. Just know that when you leave this place, you return to a world that still needs your help. The influence of Tenebris darkens all of Telios. Gregory is the first to find his voice. Thank you for bringing us here, Dunamis. This place is truly a wonder. But when we leave here, how will we fight against Tenebris? It is not something we can strike at with steel or pierce with arrows. The battle against Tenebris will be fought in the hearts of people. Your greatest weapon is not a sword, but the truth. You must rally the people of Isofar to rise up and cast off the shadows that are binding them. But where shall we begin? You're surprised to find that the question came out of your own mouth. Forgive me, Dunamis, but this task seems too large to accomplish alone. Dunamis turns his gaze towards you, and you suddenly feel very uncomfortable. You are not alone, he says. You sense the reassuring voice speaking to you even now in the back of your mind, and you are ashamed at your momentary lack of faith. Dunamis continues, you are not expected to win back this world by yourselves. There are stonebound all across Telios fighting against Tenebris even as we speak. Each of us can only do our part. And what is our part to be? Asks Grigory. North of here are the farmlands of Mir. A war is brewing there between the farming guilds. If you can end the growing conflict and convince the people of Mir to join you, you will have access to a stable food supply, expert craftsmen, and most importantly, people. You're leading a movement now. I understand, Gregory replies. We will make for Mir as soon as we are settled here. Will you be coming with us? Your help would go far in bringing hope to Isofar. I am needed elsewhere, but I shall aid you when I can. Remember, there is one greater than me who is always with you. As you listen to Dunamis imparting his final words, the speaking stones on his armor get steadily brighter until there is a flash of light and Dunamis is gone. Move the guards to the barracks. Chapter 2.3. With Dunamis gone, everyone is looking to you now. So this is from Gregory's point of view. The last one was Alec. After seeing Dunamis' true form, you can't help but feel a little inadequate. After Dunamis' grand exit, everyone is still clumped together, no doubt a little overwhelmed and finding comfort in the company of others. You think it best to get everyone's mind off the big picture and focus on the here and now. Job assignments. Okay, everyone, listen up. Our mission is to save Isofar from the threat of Tenebris. There are a few chuckles at this, and a voice calls out, not just Isofar, but apparently all of Telios. More laughter. You're pleased to see that morale is up. Yes, all of Telios, you agree. But let's start with Isofar, shall we? A chorus of ayes rises up from the small group. We need to focus on what we can do right here, right now, you continue. Food and shelter is a priority. When our immediate needs are met, we can focus on rebuilding this place. I'd like to get that forge up and running again, and rebuild these barracks. We'll need to make this place something that we can support an army. Captain, I'm pretty good with my hands. If we can secure the right materials and a little help, it shouldn't be too hard to get these buildings back in working order. Good man, Ban. I'll trust you to lead the rebuilding effort. Yes, sir, he replies brightly. You scan the remaining group and see eager eyes staring back at you, hungry to be given a task. You pick Kellen out of the group and call him to stand at your side. You all know Kellen. He's an excellent soldier with an impeccable record. I'm sure at some point each of you have been bested by him in training. I'll be leaving Kellen in charge while Alec and I make the journey to recruit people from Mir. He will hand out job assignments and act in my stead while I am gone. A light round of cheers goes up from the group. Thank you, sir, Kellen replies. I'll do my best to make you proud. I'm already prouder than you know. The courage of each of you has displayed in coming here is inspiring. I am only afraid that more will be asked of you in the coming months. Whatever lies ahead, I can't help but share in your optimism. Maybe it's this place, or maybe it's the voice lending us courage. Whatever it is, I feel we can't lose. Well said, Captain, replies Kellen. When will you and Alec be off? I was thinking dawn tomorrow. What do you think about that, Alec? Sounds good, Captain. This place is amazing, and I know Dunham has said we can stay as long as we want, but I want to get out there and start making things right. Tomorrow it is then, you reply. Kellen, I trust you'll do an excellent job while we're gone. All right, looking through the ruins of the fort, you manage to salvage materials that may help on your mission. Obtain 2 smoke bombs, smoke bomb, 2 smoke bombs. Let me get all the stuff out and then we'll look and see what it does. 2 purifying seeds. Purifying seeds. It says apothecary ingredient on it. 4 iron ore. Okay, cool. On the 4 side, 4 metal fragments. All right, that's an enemy drop. Bone fragment. Carapace, nope, not scales. Oh, come on. Four metal fragments, 4 pine, and 2 rough leather. Okay. So we need to see what smoke bombs do. Both guards gain 2 evasion chips. There's something about in your bag versus putting them on your board. So the purifying seed. It's green, obviously. Remove up to 3 negative chips from bag. Apothecary ingredient. Gain chips. I wonder where that's going to be. I might have to do like a find or something on one of these books for the word gain, because I think there's a difference between, oh, right here, gain, page 3. Guards and enemies receive chips that are gained to the appropriate area of their dashboard immediately. Conversely, a guard may have a chip added to the bag. Yeah, okay, so gain, you get it on your board, so that's going to put 2 evasion chips right out on the board. Okay, Fort Istra is now active. Read welcome to Fort Istra and bonds. Let's do bonds request. In the Fort Istra index, in the indexes book. I need to fix that back page. Fort Istra starts where? Page 64. Welcome to Fort Istra. Fort Istra will serve as the main hub for the guards throughout all of the campaigns. This location has its own special mini-map, and you'll keep on the table while playing. Fort Istra is a place for the guards to rest, train, and grow stronger. When you first arrive at Fort Istra, it is in ruins and not operational. You have to rebuild the fort's buildings to get things running again, which will unlock new content and mechanics. As Dunamis said, this place is and isn't part of Isofar. Time does not flow the same way here. As you rebuild the fort, its progression will carry over from one campaign to the next. How quickly the fort is rebuilt is completely up to you. Reference this index whenever the guards land on a node within Fort Istra to see what the actions are available to you. Fort Istra, Bond's request. To begin the rebuilding effort, Bond has requested materials to get the lumber mill up and running. This building is required before the other locations can be rebuilt. To obtain materials, you need to harvest wood and mine ore from various nodes around Isofar. Bond hands you some tools to perform these actions. 1 wood chopping axe and a pickaxe. These tools can be used by your guards in any campaign once they reach Fort Istra. And naturally, I put those somewhere. Did I put them right in the back? I did. I put them in the back. So these are the 2 things that I need in order to be able to harvest. And I think we'll just I know you can't see because I'm zoomed in right now, but I'm just sharing them equally. It's 1 to each guard. For now, these tools may be used by guards in any campaign. Oh yeah, I already read that. These cards must be placed in an open satchel slot of one of the guards when harvesting or mining during the exploration phase. If you do not wish for the tools to take up a satchel slot, you may store them in Fort Istra's stash and return the cards to the supply. Rebuilding Fort Istra. Am I supposed to read that now? Because it's a different section. In order to rebuild or upgrade buildings at Fort Istra, you must collect the required materials for each building. Once you collect the materials by harvesting, mining, other means, you can drop them off by moving the guards to Fort Istra in the courtyard and placing materials in the stash. Once you obtain the required materials needed to rebuild or upgrade a building, you remove the materials from the stash. Mark the box next to the building with an X using a pencil. Okay, so the lumber mill requires 4 pine, and we got 4 pine. However, I wanted to make Gregory's sword. Well, let's see what this other book says, just real quick. Caravan quests are now active. A mysterious caravan is now traveling through Isofar. Place the caravan chip on node 61. Caravan chip 61. Read the introduction on page 112 in the quests book. Caravan quests. In this section, you'll find the various caravan quests available. These quests are available at the start of chapter 2 of each campaign. Campaign books will direct you to this section once they're available. There's a single caravan quest per chapter of each campaign. If you're currently on chapter 2, you may not begin the caravan quest limited to chapter 3 or 4. However, if you progress to a later chapter, you can complete the ones from the previous chapters. Okay. When caravan quests are available, the caravan chip is placed on the map of Isofar. After each chapter of a campaign, the caravan will move to a different node somewhere in Isofar. To begin the caravan quest, move the guards to the chip, reference this section. If you decide not to start, continue following the instructions for the exploration phase. This means you would draw a chip from the event bag as normal. Just like standard side quests, you'll use the scroll chip to mark the next location of the quest. Once the caravan quest has been completed, you'll mark the square next to the quest with an X. Once completed, caravan quests cannot be repeated. Some have multiple parts. Pull up a chair and be... Is that like something we should read now? Pull up a chair and be amazed as the great bard Sethius weaves tales of heroism and valor from the days of the Great Sundering. Weep as he sings of the doomed love of Queen Tatiana and Salco. Be horrified as he tells of the treachery of Anwir. Catch up on all the latest happenings as the great Sethius relays new tales from his travels throughout Telios. The caravan of Sethius offers rest and a hot meal for weary travelers, and if you ask the right way, a glimpse of rare items of great mystery. So, yeah, for campaign 1, the starting node is node 61. 3 parts. I think I printed out... Yeah. I printed out the pages so I can mark in these instead of marking in the books. Side quests are now active. Read the introduction on page 3 of the quest book. In this section, you'll find the various side quests available. Start chapter 2. Optional book can provide helpful rewards. The campaign books will direct you to here when it's available. Same thing, you can go back and do previous chapters. To begin a side quest, place a scroll chip on the starting node listed to mark that the quest has been started. Move the guards to the scroll chip and reference this book to begin the available quest immediately. Mark it with an X. It's all the same stuff. So we've got some optional ones here. I mean, they're all optional, but Chapter 2, we've got the Perrin Vessel, the Haunted Wood, and Lost and Found. So we might go through some of these side quests. I remember watching Kanjay do it, and there were some decent rewards, I think. Place a narrative chip on node 83. Begin the exploration phase. Upon arrival at node 83, proceed to 22 and read 2.4. Okay, so there was something about the rules for Fort Istra. Because I think the rules for Fort Istra is where it talks about the stash and stuff, because we have too much stuff to carry right now. Istra, Fort Istra, not there. Reference guide. Was it in here? Oh, see page 95 in this book for more on the Fort Istra stash, it says. Maybe that's what it was, 95. Fort Istra stash stores inventory not currently held by the guards. When visiting Fort Istra, you may choose to store any cards that are in the guard's satchel slots in the stash. Stored cards are returned to the supply and then recorded in this index. You may also store SIL currently held by the guards. Cards and SIL stored in the stash can only be accessed by moving the guards to a node within Fort Istra. They're not accessible for use when visiting other locations around Isofar. How to use: move the guards to any node within Fort Istra to store cards in the stash. Remove the cards from the guard's satchel slots and return to supply. Record the numerical value in this index for the current campaign by marking the boxes with an X using a pencil. To store SIL in the stash, reduce SIL value in the SIL dual dial. When using actions at other Fort Istra buildings, the cards and SIL stored in the stash are available for use. Okay. So here's the question. What am I going to craft? So I think I'm going to store these purifying seeds. I might want to hold on to those for apothecary. And then here's the other question. Node 98. Maybe I'll use the pine to do the lumber mill now. Because I can get pine on the way to other places. So I need to see where I can make the stuff I wanted to make. And what I wanted to make was a reinforced tunic. So I can't do that in mirror, but can I do the, and I can't do the sword there either. The upgraded sword for, what's his name? Grigory. I could do a reinforced tunic in Razdor, which is here, which is close. And a reinforced tunic takes 2 iron ore, 2 rough leathers, and 4 metal fragments. All right, so I'm going to take the 4 metal fragments with me. This stuff is going to stay in the stash. The smoke bombs. I don't know if I want to take up room in my... Somewhere I can make... Can I make a satchel in mirror? No. What's traveling boots? 1 iron ore and 2 rough leather. During the exploration phase, you may mulligan once per node. That goes in the accessory slot, though. That's pretty cheap to make. Riba. Riba I can also craft reinforced tunic, and actually for cheaper, for only 15. So maybe we'll go to Riba instead. But where can I make the sword? And where is Riba? Isn't that close also? Yeah, Riba's right here. So it's also not that far. Something took pine. It must have been the sword. The Volk blade takes 4 pine, 2 iron ore. So we need to take... Do we need to take the iron ore, or can we get it on the way? Node 29. Up here. So there's a node 29 up here for mining. There's a lot of places to get wood on the way. I'm pretty sure it's this book. I'm pretty sure it's not that book. That's the quest book. Where is the part that tells me where I can mine stuff? City index, skill tree index, save index, 62 and 63. Okay, I can get iron at 88 and 15. This game is so big. There's so much stuff everywhere. Smoke bombs, I think I'm just going to put those in the stash for now as well. It's just how much of this stuff do I want to take? 34 is silver. 88 is down here. I could go get more iron ore. Pine is 98, 17 and 86. Here, 17's way up there. So there's plenty of opportunity to get pine on the way. So I'm going to use this 4 pine to rebuild the lumber mill. And I think I'm just going to take all of this rough leather and iron ore with me for this crafting stuff. And then my bags are pretty full. So I need to get to Silney. I'm going to go to Riba first. Probably along this way, pick up some pine like here. Then we will go... We can't go through Fort Straws, so we'll go around to Silney. So we're going to make armor here, make a sword here, and maybe we'll have enough to do another reinforced tunic, because they both could use a reinforced tunic. Okay, so that's going to be the plan of where we're going. So we're going to put this stuff into the stash. And I did not print out stash stuff, it looks like. I've got save stuff here, but no stash stuff. So I'll have to print out the thing to put stuff in the stash. I'm going to spin the 4 pine to rebuild the lumber mill. Lumber mill. Which one was the lumber mill? This one? Yeah. Okay, so we've rebuilt the lumber mill. And it basically said no action is required. Allows other buildings in Fort Eastra to be rebuilt. Once the lumber mill has been built, the other buildings within Fort Eastra can be built in any order. The base version of each building must be completed before it can be upgraded. Oh, and there was a picture right here that would have told me which tile to get. The boat dock is 4 cedar and 4 iron ore. That would be cool because we could have a boat and a fishing pole to do all the fishing things. This stuff is in the stash that I will mark down later. All right, so I think that's everything I wanted to do there in Fort Eastra. We have 14 lux. We need 20 lux, I think, to get something on one of the chapter 2 areas. It's 25 lux, because we could get a just stance for Grigory. We're like right next to that. And we could go towards purification for Alec. But we're gonna need a lot more lux to do that. And we've got side quests and stuff. Where is the first side quest? The Riba docks. We're going to Riba anyways to craft something. So you know what? I'm going to put a scroll chip in Riba. Let's just say we're working on the Riba side quest. That might give us something else to do while we're out and about making ourselves stronger. I do think though that's probably a good place to stop. This will be about an hour and 10 minute-ish. We'll just do the next video starting in with chapter 2 and going from there on these other little objectives that I've put into place here. 1, 2 into res door. 3, 4. This way would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to avoid going this direction because I don't want to move the story along until I've gotten a little more stuff made. So we'll go through here, we'll get some pine at one of these 2 places. We can avoid getting the iron ore for now. I think we have enough. I'm pretty sure Riba was the cheaper place to make the armor. So we've got 50 sil, so I think we're good on sil. I don't think I want to leave any of it behind because we're going to be spending it on crafting some stuff. Okay, so I think that's going to do it for this session, like I said before. So I hope you enjoyed this continuation, the finishing of Chapter 1 of Campaign 1 of Isofarian Guard. And I hope you enjoy everything I'm putting up on the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.